Dirshu Hashem Bihimatsu. Seek Hashem where he can be found. Let's see, I'm still not here. Let me see if I can get this right. Wait, okay, yeah. Dirshu Hashem Bihamsiu. Let me see if I'm missing something. Mamso, yeah. Dirshu, seek Hashem where he can be found. But Masha B'Sayim B'Sifra Tzvil, that what we could conclude over here, we have this phrase, seek Hashem where it may be found. Right, the Bira B'Shula, so look over there at the Bira B'Shula. And that Bira B'Shula, it says here, Flufi Arizal. Let me get this down here, there we go. The Rizal, Sheni is Boyer al Piha Pirush Talmud, who explains over there. Inyan Pasuk al Pi Haso. What is that? The Haidach of a Dirsho, seek. As Zer Anpin, Hanikrach of Babayis, in other words, seek Hashem, which is, Hashem is another word for, can be, another word for Zer Anpin. Kashuhu Bihimansach of the Shorsha, where he can be found at his root. Shuhu Babina. And the Chazes b'mazel v'tachton, and Bina is connected to the 13th mazel, which includes all of the other 12. The Dikta de Eric Anpin over there. Let's look a little bit more, go to the next one. B'bir ha'meshula d'vi'al groa. This bar b'mila b'himatzu. So there he's going to explain this phrase, b'himatzu, where it can be found. The Haida b'shasha nimsoim yud gimel minas b'bina. So in other words, when the connection is made, where Bina is able to connect to the 13th tikkun, that place, the Ons call Hashava the Tshuva Moichlin. At that moment, when that connection takes place, all of those who are coming back in Tshuva, that's when their Mechila takes place. But I in Zechah B'Rei B'Pershim Roke have something like that. Now should be the Now he says according to his way of looking at it, so what does that mean? That is that the revelation of the 13th Tikkuni Dikna of Eric Anpin are revealed now in Ima. The Heitig Lebanim, in order to do something good for her children, Limchol, in order to forgive, L'shav Zaman, and to see the ability to be able to come back at that time, be Yosef Nokel, so be easier, Mishar Yemos Shana than any other time in the year. Bahadras Melech, he writes like this, B'Yof Shah, also both of them, Mashbech should be Arnoch become Milat B'Matzo. So they darshan this where he could be found. Thus, Nimsach Hashem Yisbarach, then you see Hashem Yisbarach, Gam, the Yochid L'Kabel as Chuvasa. So he said, this is not just only for the Tzibur itself, but it's also for the individual. The Kabbalist Chuvasa, to be able to receive that person that is yours and mine, your Chuv. The Zechak Pshuntach of the Gemara, a Gepashtas of Gemara, this is like what the Gemara says, and he says, look at the Yafashah, he said to the Zadashono. Bahavu Zimna Dershach Hashem Bihimatzu Kasev, Shalfila the Yachid Chazir B'Shuva Miskabel, that even if you're by yourself and you're not in the Tzibor, that's where I'm understanding it, your repentance will be received. Masha Ein came B'Shar Yemos Shana, which is not the case the rest of the time in year, Kedemazi B'Talmuda, as explained in the Gemara. He says, Rosh Hashanah, he says, Ad Kan. The Kei Reba Adis Melech, over there, Kan B'Zel Hashem, this is what he says. Dirshu Hashem, seek Hashem, Be'eretz Yimei Tshuva, during those 10 days. Ki Oz Yeminu B'Shuta, because that's the time when the right hand, which is the kindness side of kindness, is extended. The Kabbalah B'Tshuva Kala, in order to be able to make it easy for you to do Tshuva. Now here's the next one, coming up like this. The Or Yakar Khan, so in the Or Yakar we explain like this, Khan. Biz Khan, Bir Khan, Mila Bihimatzu. The Hadashim is Galach on the Elon the Elyon. So what it means is that this is a moment when that which is normally hidden up above us is revealed. Misha Ain't Nimsa Kolei, so this is something that's not found any time, any other time. Ella Bismanahu. B'Zel Shana Badillo, Yud Gimel Timroy the Rachmi, Hey Sheish Kitzvos Melamal Lamata, there are 10 kitzvos, he says 10, excuse me, wow, 6 kitzvos. 6 kitzvahs from the top to the bottom, which are chagat Mima'al the Mantach of B'Sheish Kitzvah Mima'al the Malan, and we saw this idea before that they also start at Yesod and go upwards. V'Hanakuda Hakalala B'Sochem, and the Nakuda which is incorporated within them. All of that is a part of this. V'Kulam Rachmin B'Sod Ashorish Elya, the Mamtek become Mamtak, that this is the ability to be able to sweeten everything, and everything goes according to where its root is. This Bihimatsu means it's the time that will reveal that which is hidden. The Hainasod Misha ain't the Nimsa, that is in the secret of that which cannot be found. Behind Lifnei Hashem HaTahor, because of Hashem, the purifier. HaTahara, that purifies. HaKol Godel, HaKohen Godel, and then the Kohen Godel would come. Masker Hashem Elyon mentions the upper name. It's Kohen Gadol represents pure kindness. Elyon Hakol Beso the Rachamim Ha'eloch Mizgalim. This is also in the seat of the Rachamim, which is revealed over here. V'hoya Miyached Beso the Or Haku, and there was a yichud that takes place according to this light that we're talking about. Now, if you give me a second, I'm going to find my way over to the next piece. And since we have a little time remaining, so we'll take a look at it. Let's see how far we could go. So it says like this. This is the next sentence in the Sifra to Yuta. It's Yuta. Let me pull back a little bit on this so it could be seen. So he says here, it is coming right now. Now you've heard this phrase before. V'yom Elokim tadshe ha'aretz dasha mazriya zera Eitz Pri. So there's some important stuff here, how to figure out what he's talking about. So he's quoting, of course, the Chumah in Bereshit. So he says, going on. Let me get it back on here, the page. It was a Hainadich, that is what it says. V'an misam as nafsho seichem b'tisha l'chodesh be'erev, at the 9th day of the month, at nighttime. That means the beginning of the 10th, I think. B'hai zimna, at this time, and this word is in parentheses. Adni, Havaya, so Havaya is spelled like Elokim in a din kind of way. So he says, Adni Havaya. He says, Ada Hachilosa, the Haros as Abdaka as Gadolcha. You now are beginning to show to your servant your greatness. Hashem, the Yud Kei Vavke, Shlim, the Sitra is complete in its element or its side. I'm not sure exactly what it means. And all of this with this rachesh. Rachesh means swarming or something like that, but I'm not sure what it means. Da'ara, which is taking place on the land. Lo shalim yehi lo ksid. It doesn't write lo shalim. It says yehi. So lo shalim yehi. It doesn't say it'll be complete. Lo ksid. That's not written. Notice if there's anything else, that's it. Now, we have just a few more minutes, and so we'll go through the blurb, because this is not easy to translate, but I think there's really a lot of exciting things in this Inyan. So it says, we'll read the blurb at the top. And it says, Achash assign the boyer Inyan Gubel Gibel the Kindi Diktera de Erik Anpin. Yaksa the boyer Inyan Iber Veledos Zer Anpin Venofishin is Barbe Perika Koidim. Beklalu. So now we're talking about what he says. Yud Gimel Tikuni Dikta de Erik Anpin. Lakshi divorce now wants to say what's happened about the gestation of the male and female parts, which was Zer and Nok. V'anta the Yivoyer of Inyan Bepratas, and we're going to get into detail on this, he says. The Yivoyer Anta Rabbi Inyan Ivor Zer V'Nuk. Then we're talking about their gestation. The Oz who Bechinas lo shlim, because at the time when they're born, it's an aspect which is called not complete. So let's go over the words again. The female aspect. What does he say? He says, Kodemes, the Dechura, she comes before the male. So Eitz Pri, that is the concept. She's called the Eitz Pri, that is the fruit of the tree. Kodem la'asos pri, becomes before that which will make the fruit, which would be the male aspect. So the fruit is the female aspect. and the male aspect is the giver of life to the fruit. I'm not sure. So therefore, in that position where she comes first, there is no yikud that could take place in that. So the key why? Says why? What happens here? The nukva goes back to Bina, which is the mother of both. The Sod Yom Kippurim, which is the secret of Yom Kippurim, which we have to find out what this means. That is a concept of returning. That is, our world returns to the upper world. Uvasod Bei Shemos Adni and Havaya. So that's also something about this. We have these two names. One is Adni, the other one is Havaya. And the Havaya is as a nikud of Elokim, Shehem Nukva of the Bina Yachad, which is a concept that's interesting because we're going to, Mitzvah Hashem, get a chance to look at the use of Yaakov Cronenberg, where he's talking about the different aspects of how the Havaya shines by interposing the different letters, the different possibilities, 12 different possibilities of the letters of the name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, of how in fact they shine onto the world, and maybe we'll get a chance to look at that, especially about the 7th month, which is the month of Tishrei. He said, so he says at this time at Tishrei, the Nukva, which is the daughter, Ubina combined. Vagam Enom Shleiman, but the thing is, it's still not complete. The Kemet Shazer Benot, Hendakim Kakarnechagov, and they're very, very thin, like the antennae of an antennae of a locust, of a grasshopper, ha'ivor, that is their size. Are there, maybe it doesn't refer to size so much as it refers to their energies, very small. So lo kasa b'pasuk yehi desher. So this doesn't say yehi desher. Hamora al yitzias v'leidas zer anpin, which is bringing out this desher, is really referring to the coming out of zer anpin. And Mitzvah Hashem will be able to get into this a lot more as we go on.